And 100 grand Ross with the Rock Never Stops. Yo, I'm doing something a little new today. I'm doing a rewatch. Now, normally in my process, I watch games sometimes anywhere between 1 to 3 times, right? If it's a back to back, probably just once, back to back games. But if it's a solid day off, I'll probably watch it twice. If it's 2 or 3 days off, I'll definitely watch it 2 to 3 times. The recent game for the Detroit Pistons against the Atlanta Hawks was so rich in terms of like being an analyst, being a critic, being a coach, being a player, being a competitor. There's so much to observe from this game that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna rewatch it just for the hell of it. I'm gonna eat my blueberry banana pancakes I got right here and go ahead and rewatch this before I do a live. But then I was like, what if y'all join me? What if y'all peep game and chop it up with me and let me know what y'all think of the game as I'm watching it? Now, it's the first time doing this, so y'all let me know what y'all think. It'll probably get fine tuned over time, but right now it's an opportunity just to dive in with me. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I'm using these headphones because I'm using different devices to try to pull this thing off. You feel me? But right now, it's getting ready to start the Atlanta Hawks and Detroit Pistons. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you timestamps. I'm gonna let you know where I'm at when I'm making different observations, who's in the lineup, different schemes and strategies that I see being deployed and how it's effectively working. I'm gonna do some analyzing in between commercial breaks and things like that. And then if you want to drop, a little comment, I'll probably see if I can respond to it in real time. But the game's about to begin in any moment. Definitely feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. That's always welcomed and desired. It's a little thing for you. It's a big thing for the channel. Helps us out majorly. Majorly. I say us because it's a community, right? It's a community. It takes all of y'all for us to be able to enjoy these spaces that take time, that take energy, that are created just for us. So, yo, hope you're enjoying your day. Appreciate you joining me for this live rewatch. You're not gonna be able to do the screen by screen. I don't have the devices to do that, but I'm gonna be chopping it up, talking about the game. You'll have the opportunity to chop it up with me, and let me know what you think as I kind of go through my process. All right, let's dive in. This game is interesting because you're without Trey Young, you're without Kristaps Porzingis, they're without Zachary Risachet, which I didn't realize until the game started. So this is a definitely an incomplete team. Three of their starters gone. So I'm kind of caveating a lot of what I see based on that. You'll see role players be given an opportunity, seeing how they step up and into these new roles, to being more of a primary option. And we're going to see how it unfolds. For the Pistons, we're getting Cade Cunningham back. We're getting Asar Thompson back. And there's no Karis LeVert. Still no Tobias Harris. Still no Marcus Sasser. And no Bobby Clement. So our rotations, I didn't realize it walking into this game, were going to be very unique. I also didn't know coming into this game that Asar Thompson was going to be on a minutes restriction after rolling his ankle and being out for about a week. That's nothing new to put a player on minutes restrictions, but usually you still start the player. And JB Bickerstaff didn't feel that starting Asar Thompson was the best move for this team. So you end up rolling out there with Cade Cunningham, Dennis Jenkins, D-Rob, Duncan Robinson, Isaiah Stewart, and Duran. And that's a very intriguing lineup. I think for all of us, we've gotten used to D-Rob being in that starting lineup. And we've gotten used to Dennis Jenkins being in the starting lineup, but not Dennis Jenkins with Cade Cunningham in the starting lineup. So this is a new look, plus Duran and Stewart. So how they're going to utilize the facilitating, the playmaking, the shooting, right? Because Dennis Jenkins be knocking it down from three, along with D-Rob, and we know Cade can shoot it. We know that Isaiah Stewart can shoot it, right? So what's the spacing going to look like? What is the offensive system going to look like? These are things that we're kind of, unsure of coming into this game because some of these comments. My guy, what's good, YY? What's good for show? See, YY said, JB said that Asar is for sure a starter, just needs his conditioning back. True, true. And I appreciated that because I think that would be very disruptive to Asar Thompson's growth to suddenly put him back on the bench. I actually think that that worked against Asar Thompson in this game, putting him on the bench because he's used to starting. He's used to being able to kind of like pace himself, get himself going. All of a sudden, he's coming off the bench. That's a very different role. When you come off the bench, you got to come out hot, ready, almost like Dennis Jenkins be coming in, or Ron Hollins expected to, or Isaiah Stewart was expected to, right? Come in hot, come in 100 miles an hour, and he just didn't. He just didn't. So I think moving him back to the starting lineup is going to really help. It will be interesting against the Bucks who they decide to start then. If Asar Thompson is now starting again, and you got Stu, you got Duran, you got Cade, it becomes between D-Rob and DJ, Dennis Jenkins. I think I would probably start Rob. I don't know. Y'all let me know, who would you start between Duncan Robinson and Dennis Jenkins? Rashad says put Duncan back on the bench. I can see that too. I can see that too. All right, the game's about to start. Guys are getting ready to jump off. Now, here's the thing. I love Dennis Jenkins' confidence. That boy, man, long hair don't care, bro. Long hair don't care. What's going on, Ghost Keeper? Game's about to start. We're rewatching. They're about to jump it up. Atlanta starting Vic Krejci, I think to match Duncan Robinson's shooting ability. And, I mean, Onyeka Kongwu winning this jump against Duran, maybe it was kind of a telling. Because Onyeka is like 6'8", 6'9" on a good day, with about a 7'2" wingspan. Jalen Duran, 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan. Both quick off their feet. Duran should have won it. But immediately, the Atlanta Hawks go to Onyeka Kongwu. We're going to call him Double O for short. That's what the Hawks people call him. Double O takes a three right off the bat, first play of the game. That told you that was something that they were going to attack. They wanted Double O, Onyeka Kongwu, to be shooting threes and pull the opposing center out of the paint. Now, immediately, the Detroit Pistons counter that, and they go right inside. High-low to Jalen Duran. He scores the bucket, gets to the free throw line, misses the free throw, but it's still an indication of what both teams are trying to do. Now we're looking at the Hawks setup. Jalen Johnson immediately sees Isaiah Stewart go under the screen, and he shoots that three. That is smart. That's smart. Whether he makes it or not, that's the right shot, because what it communicates to Isaiah Stewart is, you're going to have to chase me around these screens. I'm going to pull you all the way away from the rim. Even though he missed it, that was the right shot. Now the Pistons try to go high-low to Isaiah Stewart. Unfortunately, they forget that Dyson Daniels has hops and he's 6'7", so he's able to deflect that pass and they get the steal and come back the other way. Nickeil Alexander-Walker immediately attacks D-Rob off the bounce. Remember, he is our defensive weak point, and teams are going to continue to attack him. He gets all the way to the paint. Nickeil Alexander-Walker with the floater. Now we got Dennis Jenkins. I love how Dennis Jenkins handles the pressure. He just gets you set up so quickly and easily. And then we have Jalen Duran. Once again, the post-entry pass from Dennis Jenkins. A post-entry pass, bro, is so under-acknowledged. Oh, and then Dennis Jenkins with the help side defense deflection, and then the Pistons get the steal. You got to love Dennis Jenkins. Just the little things that he does that just won't show up in anywhere but the box plus minus. And then, of course, he swings the ball, makes the extra pass. Duncan Robinson and D-Rob in the corner for three. Yo, Dennis Jenkins just making plays to start this game. 3 in a row. That's how you make your impact, even though you're not scoring. Nice little backdoor dive, lead pass. Nickeil Alexander-Walker gets the ball. Foul on Duran. Dennis Jenkins is doing so many things well. Yeah, I take that back from the beginning. D Rob, you're gonna have to go back to the bench. Dennis Jenkins, come on in. I mean, if anything, he's a nice prequel for Jaden Ivey, right? When Dennis Schroeder was in the starting lineup playing next to Cade, we knew he was taking Jaden Ivey's spot, like because Jaden Ivey was out and he was injured. I think that combination gives them a look for what they're going to expect when Jaden Ivey gets back. And Dennis Jenkins inevitably goes back to the bench. I don't think he starts over Jaden Ivey because they need to know what they have in Jaden Ivey now. Duncan Robinson, oh, with another, yo, movement three pointer, catching, cutting back the other way. Uh, People have no idea how hard that three is. That is so hard. Oh, shooting across your body, defender in your face, going to the left, fading, opposite wing. Atlanta Hawks moving the ball well, though. Doing their best to keep pace with the Detroit Pistons. Kate Cunningham trying to get to that little free throw line area spot. Kicks it out, makes the extra pass to D Rob, who swings it to Dennis Jenkins for the open three. Knocks it down, bang, bang. Dennis Jenkins in this game is playing exactly like they want Jaden Ivey to when he gets back. Though I don't know if Jaden Ivey has the skill set or the experience to do so. But they're going to want to see it. What I love also about this first quarter is this offense is executed so well. Jalen Duren attacks Onyeka Kongwu, getting downhill in transition. Misses the layup, but that's exactly the attack that you want. This team, the Detroit Pistons, thrive in transition. We thrive in transition. Pick and roll, Cade getting a little loose with his passes. And Isaiah Stewart catches the ball and forgets that Dyson Daniels is a professional thief and dribbles the ball under the basket with Dyson Daniels. That you have to, there are certain players you have to look over your shoulder for. I know it may not, you may not want to admit it, but there are certain guys. Sar Thompson is one of them. You're better off just going up to finish or just kicking that thing out. Because if you put that ball on the floor, even if it's just one dribble around that guy, it's gone. You might as well just hand it to him. You might as well just be like, yo, take this real quick. Yo, what's good? D-Rock0702. Thank you for the subscription, becoming a member, my boy. Yeah, they're going to have to be patient with Ivy, even if he doesn't show it early on. I don't think they're going to bring him back in until he's 100% ready physically. Mentally, we'll see, but physically, he should not touch the court. And I don't think they will play him until he is 110% physically ready to be that point of attack. Cade Cunningham with another lazy pass that turns into a turnover. Cade, I know he's getting his rhythm back in this game. He was out for almost a week. But the lazy passes that turn into transition defense, that turn into mismatches and open threes, this is a bit of a theme. It's a bit of a theme. Cade could have easily had 2 or 3 more turnovers in this game than he actually ended up with. We just got lucky. Some of it just bounced back into our hands. And then Duncan Robinson with another 3. Man, this dude, I told y'all, some of y'all wanted Malik Beasley back. And I said, Duncan Robinson is a 6'8 version. He wasn't always playing like it, but he is. He's a 6'8" version of Malik Beasley with more ball handling and shot creation skills in terms of getting downhill and finishing. Let's see. Yeah, it's good to have y'all in here. It's good to have. What up, bro? What's good? What's good? Who's this? Wheezy. What's good, Wheezy? I've been out the way. Hope all is well. I know you covering the fellas, right? Salute, salute, Wheezy, salute. Yeah, man, we're doing a little rewatch right now. It's the first quarter still. About 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Jalen Duren loses track of Onyeka Kongwu. Then he has to do a hard closeout, gets blown by. Fortunately, Double O misses the shot. Duren does a rim run the opposite direction, buries Jalen Johnson, catches the ball early. Actually, I want to see who makes this pass, who feeds during this pass and transition. Cade brings it up. He sees during bury Jalen Johnson. Cade gets him the ball. Cade can make a lot of passes, and I appreciate that. I just need his floor vision to get better so he doesn't have tunnel vision with his passing because I don't want to start thinking about him like Russell Westbrook, where he has a glitch in the matrix where he can only process but to so many megabytes or terabytes. You know what I mean? Like, like sometimes, there's only so much processing your server can do, and then you start to get little glitches. Remember back in the day, we used to play, we used to do gaming, and if you didn't have, what I'm saying, that system, all of a sudden you start getting loading and slowing down and it's glitching and everyone else is just playing smooth and yours is glitching. Look, being able to run the show like Dennis Jenkins has been doing, his don't glitch. His don't glitch. I'm gonna be 100% with you. His does not glitch. Um, Cade sometimes glitches. He can glitch when he's getting pressured coming down the court, and they're trying to pressure him. He glitches, gets too over focused and trying to pass the ball to a teammate, and next thing you know, he gets double team trapped and it's a turnover. Sometimes he gets tunnel vision and trying to make a certain pass, doesn't see the help defender, and it's another turnover. So these are things. I think Cade has a good enough feel to figure these things out, but also taking him off the ball more is going to really help. And Dennis Jenkins also helps. Let's see, D Rock was good. I honestly think D Rock might be better for us, even though I loved Beasley. I would have loved to have had him back. I think that's how all of us feel. We all loved Beasley, but an upgrade is an upgrade. You know what I mean? Like I love Jalen Duren, but let's say you go in a time machine and you can get me prime Dwight Howard. Bye, Duren. It's no knock to you, my boy. It's no knock to you. Look, I love Cade Cunningham, but if they say, "Hey, we're gonna go get you prime Penny Hardaway in Orlando," Cade, I love you, bro, but you're not him. You know what I mean? There's levels to this. When it comes to Malik Beasley, you're 6'2" and a half without shoes. This guy's 6'7" and a quarter without shoes. You know what I mean? Like, he has more defensive versatility. He gets downhill and to the rim better, right? Like, he's shooting over the top easier, right? He just does more for us, and he's far better defensively. He just is. Like, even though he can't stay with people laterally moving his feet, you know what he does do? Is he's always in position. He's always in position. Now, I know I'm talking a bit. They just came back from break. It's about 6 minutes, 45 seconds left. This dude here, Muhammad Gay, man, I love his talent, bro. I love his talent. He posts up Isaiah Stewart, shoots over the top. He misses the shot. He's a 6'11", really lanky, rangy, but high energy forward. Not as skilled as a Paul Reed has become, but similar energy. But 6'11", I loved him. I feel like Atlanta should have played him 35 minutes because he was giving us problems, especially on the glass. I think he ended up with 11 points, 11 boards. Jalen Johnson gets downhill against Cade to the rack. I told you, Jalen Johnson is a really good talent. Yeah, Cade loses track of him on the closeout. I mean, this is maybe it's a little bit of rust. Cade definitely was rusty in this game. He was definitely rusty. Not the most efficient. Definitely struggled at times. I also feel like, look, there's a moment here at 6 minutes. Dennis Jenkins brings the ball across half court. And this is recognition by Cade Cunningham. This is recognition. Luke Kennard is in the game. Everybody, tell me, class, what should you do the moment you see Luke Kennard come into the game? You should be hunting him down. You should be hunting him immediately. Ghost Keeper, yo, have an amazing day, brother. Have an amazing day, brother. You know, Cade asks for the ball. They go into a little pick and roll between him and Duran. I'm not mad at that. But when Luke Kennard is in the game and you're passing away from him, you're letting the Hawks off the hook. You're letting the Hawks off the hook. You are allowing them to hide Luke Kennard, a bad defender, a historically bad defender, and you allow them to get away with keeping him out there for more minutes. When they have a shooter like that, immediately, you should attack him so that the coach has to take him back off the court and it limits their offensive efficiency because they don't have shooting. Right? That's what teams are supposed to do. So these are little recognition type of deals. See, Luke Kennard comes back, gets the ball, bam, knocks down a three. It's also something about confidence too. If you're a good player, but you're getting your ass busted on defense, it's hard to come back on offense and feel like, oh yeah, give me the ball, I'm gonna do what I do. Like that's really rare. That's really rare. Yeah. Now Cade missing an open three is a bit of a man. It's a bit of a theme. It's a bit of a theme. I don't know what's going on with his 3-point shot. I know that he needs more arch. He should be working with that head coach. He should be working, sorry, with the assistant coach on that 3-point shot. But he's got to get more arch on it. The thing is, when you shoot the ball with more arch, people don't know the ratio for the basket to the basketball, you can fit 2 full basketballs on the inside of a basketball hoop. That's how wide it is. So the more arch you give it, the more it increases its range of diameter to fall into the basket. So typically you want the ball to be dropping into the hoop. It maximizes its ability to get into the basket. The flatter you shoot it, the more it closes that diameter space for the ball to get into the rim. And so you want to start getting more arch on your shot, even if it's something that he's just working on over time. Every summer, he should be working on getting arch on his shot. It's smooth, it's confident, he's got good accuracy, but he's just got to work on it. You know, Duncan Robinson is proof of that. Every time he shoots it, that thing is dropping in, right? It's not flat, always has great arch. Muhammad Gay staying in front of Cade, even though he makes this shot, man, I like Muhammad Gay a lot. I like him a lot. Yo, NBA Africa, shout out to NBA Africa. They are going to be spitting out some talent. Watch out. And I'm talking about 6'6" point guards. I'm talking about 6'11" forwards who can shoot it, put the ball on the floor. Remember, the continent of Africa is guesstimated as anywhere between 3 to 5 times the size of the United States. 3 to 5 times the size of the United States. There's a whole lot of talent there. Now, Sar Thompson in this first quarter is rough. It's just rough. It's rough. Sar Thompson going under screens on Jalen Johnson, trailing behind plays, slow to the ball. His closeout is just absolutely weak. He gets the ball. He's a non-factor offensively in this first quarter. I think he's a major reason why Atlanta's able to gain some momentum and get back in this game. I was really frustrated. Just lazy, just hands down, very lackadaisical, like whatever. And now it's 25-25 with 3 minutes to go in the first, going into a timeout. Smart timeout by JB. Hopefully an assistant comes over there and smacks Asar upside the head. Be like, man, get your ass in the game, bro. Like, you out here BSing. What's interesting is this is normally when Ron Holland's coming into the game. Ron Holland's still not in the game right now. This is with 3 minutes left to go in the first. So we're beginning to see the rotations. Ron Holland is close to, like, I'm not saying he's out of the rotation. All right, he's in the game now. He just got in the game. But he's not a primary factor. Dennis Jenkins, Goes right into the pick and roll with Paul Reed. Great dime to Paul Reed. Oh my goodness. Paul Reed with the strong finish. Damn, the offense just looks so good with Dennis Jenkins. I can't even front, bro. The offense looks so damn good with Dennis Jenkins. And then Asar Thompson doesn't rotate on the other end. Dennis Jenkins close out, miss three, and Muhammad Gay gets the putback dunk. 27 all. Asar's just out of it. He's just out of it. Yeah, he's out of it, bro. Which you would think that he would have been excited to get back on the court. Like, if you're coming in off the bench, Asar, I need the too excited version of you. Not the cool, calm, collected, surveying everything version. I need you getting after it, bro. I need you getting after it. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great point. Is it just me insight? Yo, great point. We got out rebounded this game. It was clear. It was clear. It was completely clear. I'm watching this game and I'm just like, yo, we not playing our brand of ball. We're not doing what we do. We're not being physical. We're not boxing out. And those are the little things that I always say are the difference between the contending teams, these deep playoff teams, versus teams that are just solid. You know, you got to do the little things not just well. You have to do them great. Like you scratch those things off. We don't worry about if we're boxing out, closing out, keeping our butt down, but our hand up. You know, ready to retreat and cut off a drive. Like making our rotations, communicating on the backside of defense. We don't worry about. We do those little things. That's what we do. That's what we do. Let me just also say, every once in a while I survey the stands, and damn it, Atlanta got some fine ass women. Got some of the finest women in these stands here. It's crazy. It's wild. Yeah, it's wild. Dennis Jenkins, oh, with the move on. Can you hear me? Still no sound? Still no sound? All right, hang on one second. I'm gonna go like this. Can you hear me now? Good now? Yeah, we back, boy. That Amber Alert. It's crazy. All right. All right. So I don't know if y'all heard me. So Dennis Jenkins a moment ago, he put the hemi hey on the hemi ya and his tippy tie on the tippy tie. Might have to start calling my man Pootie Tang the way he be having these defenders slide left and right Oh my goodness. Muhammad Gay looked like he didn't know what to do with him. He didn't know what to do. He was skating. Oh my God. He looked like he was one of them old school skaters with the bounce. He was just moving them, moving them. Oh man. Dennis Jenkins boy is nice, man. He's nice with it. And then he gonna go, ooh, kept his dribble live. Oh no, he does this to Double O, not Muhammad Gay. He does it to Onyeka Kangwu. Oh, that was nasty. That was nasty work. Dennis Jenkins. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Tell me if you want to win a championship, you want a deep run to the playoffs. You go with Russell Westbrook or you go with Chris Paul. This is a trick question. This is a trick question. If you want to make a deep playoff run, do you go with Russell Westbrook or Chris Paul? CP? Side note, Asar Thompson with the nice drive into the paint, backspin, pull up jump shot, which is smooth. I don't know why he doesn't do that more regularly. Go with Westbrook, CP. If you want to make a deep playoff run, do you go with Westbrook or Chris Paul? CP. This is a trick question. I want you to start seeing how I see things, seeing things from potentially a general manager, coach type of outlook. You keep both. The answer is both. The answer is both. You see, you need Westbrook's talent. Westbrook's talent has gravity. Westbrook's talent can determine the game, the flow. He can create momentum in a single play. And those things cannot be understated, cannot be undervalued. At the same time, you need a game manager. Get everyone in position. When OKC made that finals run, remember they had Derek Fisher at the helm. You also need Hart, right? You need that guy who can make great plays like a Westbrook or a Jaden Ivey. You also need someone who can manage the game and make sure that we are in position and we're executing like a Chris Paul or a Dennis Jenkins. Dennis Jenkins' emergence, it doesn't supplant a Jaden Ivey. It adds to a Jaden Ivey. It adds to him. It adds to him. This is talent. This is talent. We need both. What Dennis Jenkins is solidifying is, oh yeah, who's going to be on this run to an NBA championship? You just got your golden ticket. You keep this up, Dennis, you got your ticket. Remember, that is what this season is about. I keep telling y'all what this season is about. This season is not about winning the championship. This season is about figuring out who is going to be on the train. No, you just don't give a player a contract. He has to accept the contract. Signing Dennis Jenkins. There's different levels of signing him. You have base pay, the league minimum contract for a player who is still under a certain age. I think it's like under 25, something like that. Can be as low as, I want to say like 500,000. That is an overwhelming steal for what Dennis Jenkins has been doing. Dennis Jenkins may have already received a contract. to go from two-way to full-time. And he has likely said, I think I'm worth more than this. I think I'm worth more than this. The longer he continues this level of play, the more his price tag goes up. It's not as easy as just signing him to a contract. He might be saying, I think I'm worth, well, I'll give it to you in real time. I think I'm worth Karis LeVert money. I think I'm worth Duncan Robinson money. I think I'm worth 10 to 12 to 15 million a year money. And that is when, wisely, Trajan Langdon goes, okay, we're going to need to see more from you. We need to see more games. We're going to need to see more than just this flash. We're going to need to see over the next month. Like, Dennis is nice. Yeah, no, you're right. Is it just me inside? Yeah. He's one of them ones. He ain't never scared. Ain't never scared. But Mark Wood, you have to understand, Dennis may be and likely is betting on himself. If it was as simple as just signing him to a league minimum contract deal, 500,000, he would have been signed. He would have been signed. I guarantee you, he would have been signed. Dennis Jenkins is waiting for more money. He's trying to get to that 10 mil. He knows this is his first season playing, getting real burn. So you can't demand 20. But I tell you right now, he has a good playoff run, he might be able to. Right? Like, this is all, how much does he want to bet on himself? To what point? And the thing is, the longer he plays out this season, continues to play well in different roles, the more teams are going to start looking at him saying, we might be willing to get into the bidding war. We might be willing to push Detroit to make a tougher decision. That is a reality. So I know we all want him signed. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It may not be that simple. Kate Cunningham looks like he's got his legs a little bit more under him in the second quarter. It's about 10 and a half minutes to go. He's executing more in the pick and roll, making solid passes. It's also the bench mob for the Atlanta Hawks. So the defense, their defense is not as much on a string. Yeah, they got the rookie. They got this other guy. I don't even know who he is. Picking up silly fouls. Oh, yeah, Caleb Houston from Orlando. They got Caleb Houston in the game. They got Keaton Wallace. And who's the draft pick again out of the University of Georgia? I forget his name. I like him, though. But let's just say this unit is not as defensively efficient as that starting unit was. So you can get away with a little bit more. And Cade is picking them apart. He's finding guys. He finds Chaz Zanier for back-to-back threes. Chaz Zanier found his range. We see he can get hot in a hurry. But I will say it is difficult to learn how to go from a starter who's the primary option to being a role player. And that's what he's figuring out right now. Chaz Zanier is figuring out how to come off the bench immediately. You got to knock down your first three. Or it's got to go in and out. And then you got to hit the next one quickly. Otherwise, you're back on the bench. But he hits two, and so he gets extended burn in this first half. And I think his shooting is extremely valuable because it really does open up the floor, even if he doesn't do a lot else. He's not necessarily he will track down a loose ball rebound, and he will be in position to make rotations on defense. But he's not necessarily a plus. He's not disruptive on defense. He's not making a weak side deflection, steal, block, rebound, etc. He's not locking down players on the perimeter. He still needs to give us more to really validate considerable playing time, especially as Sasha gets back, Ivy gets back. Those minutes are going to be compressed. They just are. Especially if Duncan Robinson goes to the bench before Dennis Jenkins does. Yeah, it's going to be tough to find minutes for Chaz Lanier. He may end up in our G League on our G League roster once we get fully healthy. And it's no necessarily knock to him. It's just to say it's better to get him playing time than it is to force it or have him just sit there on the bench. Kate Cunningham misses another three, a pull up three. I'm trying to hope that he is just a little bit out of rhythm because he normally makes that type of a shot. But it's to say that he's man his three ball is just on struggle. He's got to get some more arch on that thing. He has to. He has to. Let me see. Let's get to some of these comments while I'm watching the game here. We're about at 8 minutes, 40 seconds left. Oh, great dime. Pick and roll. Finds Isaiah Stewart. Cade officially finds his legs in that second quarter. Finds his rhythm. He's controlling the offense. He's looking dominant, even though his shot's not dropping. He's just doing an amazing job facilitating, looking like the old Cade with the ball in his hands. Though, if I'm honest, yeah, I'm really interested to see how JB Bickerstaff manages these rotations and lineups because, oh man, like you want certain guys getting accustomed to playing with each other. You also want to be able to feature certain guys. I do love the idea of Dennis Jenkins running the second unit because he's more aggressive, and his aggressiveness can be absolutely lethal for us. Absolutely lethal for us. Let me see. Oh, Chiefy Holiday was good. Do y'all notice when ATL went on that run, JB got Dennis and them boys on the floor? Yep. And they steadied the ship, allowing Cade to sit to finish the strong game. Yep. Finish the game strong. You know, Dennis, I think that is a great point. Dennis, a.k.a. Pootie Tang. I don't know if y'all seen that movie back in the day. Tip the tie on the sipper side. Dennis Jenkins is a stabilizing force. He's a stabilizing force. He just is. He runs the show to perfection. Um, he does exactly what you want him to do, and he's smooth with it. His level of confidence, which is where the Pootie Tang comment comes in, his level of confidence is just tremendous. It's just tremendous. Though I will say in this second quarter, Kate Cunningham is looking amazing running this show, running this second unit with Ron Holland, Isaiah Stewart, Chaz Zanier, and Javante Green. Javante Green once again being one of the finds of the offseason. Man, what an amazing pickup. What a great pickup for this team. Ron Holland moving without the ball at 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Backdoor cuts off of a post entry or a high post entry to Isaiah Stewart. The defense turns their back. He immediately backdoor cuts baseline. Stu finds him for the lay. That's great basketball. Pistons really played some really good basketball. Kay Cunningham with the pump fake finds Chazanier for another three, and bang, 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 bang. Chaz Lanier, man, he loves that left wing. He loves that left wing. Yeah, YYK struggling from three this year is big on why Dunk got a start. You know what? I think it's very correctable for Cade. I think it's very correctable for Cade. He just has to get more arch on the shot, and not just more arch. He needs to settle into being a stretch shooter. He just got to settle into it. It's just necessary at this point. Yeah, Atlanta really tested us. We needed that. Let me see. We got. Let me see how much time is left in the second quarter. I think I'm gonna do the first half now. I'll probably do the first half, or the second half later, or maybe tomorrow morning I'll do the second half. Oh, I'm gonna be. I think I'm supposed to be live with Resball TV this evening. If y'all want to check us out, 10 o'clock, 10:30 Eastern. I'll be live with Resball talking about this game. Uh, yeah, I'm 6:45 left in the second quarter. Um, yeah, this game is so interesting, man. There's so much to take away from this game because Atlanta's a good team, which means that the things that you don't lock in on and do well, they exploit. That's what it means to face a good team. that they can exploit you where you're not executing. Um, Dennis Jenkins, man, great job keeping Luke Kennard in front of him on the drive. Uh, then Duran falls asleep on Muhammad Gay in the corner, knocks down the corner three. Um, Look at Dennis Jenkins just handling the pressure of Dyson Daniels. You got Asar Thompson running the play for Chazanier to come off a screen, ran to perfection. Isaiah Stewart gets the rebound, offensive rebound, but then Dyson Daniels just snatches it out of his hands again. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me get to some of these comments. Probably going to end at the end of this first half. Let me see. Jalen Johnson knocking down three in Duran's face. Once again, an Achilles heel of this team, or at least of Duran right now, is he still struggles to cover the three ball. It's just a reality. We are going to have to figure out schemes to take care of that, to minimize that, because I don't think it's something he's going to change. I don't think suddenly Duran's going to become a big who can, yeah, cover that three. It's actually curious that more teams don't just target him because that's what's going to happen in the playoffs. If I'm honest with you, and then he's slow to get back in transition. Duran struggling in the second quarter, coming in off the bench. Yeah, he's struggling. He's not finding his guy. Gave up 8 straight points. His guy scored. Muhammad Gay scored 5, and Jalen Johnson just knocked down 3. Yeah, that block by Duran was sick in the fourth quarter on on Daniels. Yeah. No, I mean Jalen Duran is extremely talented. Like he's gonna be able to make plays. That's why he starts for us, bro. He's talented. Um, but good teams are going to expose you. They're going to expose what you don't do well. That's what they're supposed to. And when you have a team that's good enough to do that, to execute that, that's a great sign for you. That is a great sign for you because you now have something to learn from. I guarantee you, they've got film this morning. I guarantee you. Detroit right now is back home watching film, watching film. They're watching this game. They're looking at these runs. They're looking at the runs that are circumstantial, like Asar Thompson starting off slow in that first quarter. Okay, that's not probably going to happen again, right? The lazy passes by Cade. We still need to send him that and be like, yo, Cade, you see these passes right here? We need you to start utilizing ball fakes. Stop staring down your pass. Look it away, ball fake away, and then go back to him, right? Don't do what they call broadcast your passes. All right, we're back in the game. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Dennis Jenkins back running the show. Cade is on the bench. Um, Dennis Jenkins just runs the show, bro. He just runs the show. It's something that, yeah, he just runs the show. Something that Asar does pretty well as well. He just needs to mix up still being aggressive, getting downhill. Yo, appreciate the gift membership. Yeah, D Rock, what's good? Let me see. Ghost Keeper, Carbon Cat. See, let me see. D Rock got to head out. Leave me with the gift to show some appreciation. Much love, D Rock. Man, yo, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. This has been fun. I'm trying to just give y'all an opportunity here to kind of like be in my, mind space when it comes to watching these games, watching shots. Like once again, Duran doesn't see the necessary switch coming off the pick and roll. His man set the screen. Jenkins goes under. Duran, that's your step up. You're slow to step up. You're not seeing the play. Remember I said Jalen Duran is not a bad defender. His processing is just a bit slow. And so when you're putting him into a lot of actions and a lot of movements, he's going to struggle defensively. You'll be just behind the play. So you need some insulators. But then Duran comes right back and makes a great pass to Dennis Jenkins on the backdoor cut. Dennis Jenkins, once again, disruptive as a help defender. Man, Dennis. Why you make it so hard on us, Dennis? Dennis just makes it so hard to not have him in the game. He makes it so hard to not have him in the game. So hard. All right, here comes Jalen Duren with how much time is left? About 3 minutes and 25 seconds. He attacks Muhammad Gay from the top of the key off the bounce. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if there is a better straight line drive attacking center in the NBA than Jalen Duren. There is not a better put my head down. Oh, Duren. Oh, this is like the feast of famine, hot and cold with Duren, man. Like defensively, this second quarter is the shits for Jalen Duren. This second quarter defensively is absolutely the shits for Jalen Duren. And yet offensively, he reminds you why he's so special. He reminds you why you really love his potential and his talent. But God, his defense is so ugly. It is ugly. It is ugly. Um, yeah, it is ugly. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, Cade back in the game to close out the second quarter. Duren is still out there. Um, Sar going to the bench. Sar had a downhill drive. I love when Asar Thompson is driving downhill. I just do. Whenever he's attacking that rim, even if he misses, he is just an absolute blur. He's an absolute blur. That type of athleticism, speed, um, is so dynamic. Man, I just like, look, man, just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. You're gonna figure that thing out. Once you do, once you get back into your rhythm, finishing around the rim like you were before your injury, man, man, the things you were gonna do out there, special. Kate Cunningham, 4 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds in this second quarter. He's now at the free throw line. Um, Cade also, you know, free throws and threes. I think when we get everyone back, something that will help Cade is to just focus on his efficiency, doing the little things well. You knock down the open looks. Your free throws are money. Get it back up over 80%, close to 90%. Your open threes got to be knockdowns. Um, yeah. Cade does good board work in this game, though. He does good board work. I'm going to give him that. Um, it's a minute and 50 left, closing out the first half. We see Cade Cunningham. He ends the game with 25 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists. He has a hell of a stat line. Only +3 in the box, plus minus. Um, he had some rough moments. He had some rough moments. Yeah, oh, yeah, no, Mark Wood. Dennis Jenkins downhill is crazy. It's cat-like. Like it's not that disrespectful athleticism like you might see from a Westbrook or Derrick Rose. But that first step is lethal, bro. And with his handle, with his floor vision, like almost every time in this game, I want you to go back when Dennis Jenkins attacks the rim. Every single time, the interior is vacated. Go back and look. I'm gonna do the second quarter. I'm sorry, the second half. Probably, if not later on tonight, before Resball TV, I'll probably do it tomorrow morning, and we'll look at the second. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it tomorrow morning, and we will do the second half of this game and just kind of go play by play. Ooh, double O bangs on Stu. Got caught behind the play. I'm telling you, teams are figuring out. You put us in movement. You put our bigs in movement on defense, and you can take advantage of them. If you let them camp out under the rim, it can be ugly for you. But if you get them in movement, you get them coming off of screens, you get them circling around, right? Now they're trailing instead of going under, reading that screen appropriately. and the next they get behind the play and they can't defend the rim as well. I think this was probably the first game Isaiah Stewart, I want to say, ended it without a block. This is the first game I can remember this season maybe where Isaiah Stewart ended it without a block. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. Cade Cunningham still trying to find his rhythm from three. Misses the little dribble step back. Uh, Ron Holland with the rebound. You know, I'll say this about Ron Holland. He ends up with a stat line, pretty minimal stat line. 2 points, one rebound, one assist, one steal, 1 for 2 from the field. He was a plus 13 though. And I said before, when Ron Holland accepts his role on this team, he's going to end games with a great plus minus, even if he doesn't have a lot of stats. Even if he doesn't have a lot of stats, he will end up with a great plus minus when he's locked in because of the things that he's able to do for us. Now, I would love him to rebound better. He didn't rebound the best in this game. But it's to say that, and if I'm honest, as a team, we did not rebound well. Stu rebounded decently enough. Duren, not enough. Not against this team. We struggled a bit. The first half ends, the score, let me see what the score is at the end of the half. Score at the end of the half is 67-54. 67-54. Cade, yeah, he's still figuring out. It looks like he's trying to get to his spot around that free throw line a lot, but he's struggling with figuring out the timing of asserting himself. And this is where I think that it would be good. I keep saying this for JB to have set plays for him. Set plays. And I think it would also behoove him to, stabilize the rotation a bit. And that's not necessarily on JB. Guys got to get healthy. But I think over time, what we're going to see is that Cade knows exactly what to go to end out, to end possessions or quarters. When he has to go one-on-one, when he has to create his own shot, guys need to know how to play off of him. Guys need to know exactly what to do when their man goes to double and the rotation is being made. They're ready to catch and shoot. They're ready to knock it down. They're ready to move without the ball, dive in, duck in, get their hands up. What they're going to, this needs to be, this needs to be real succinct, what Cade is looking at when he's looking to create his own shot. And that is not this randomized gameplay. He's talented enough to do it, but it just won't be efficient or consistent. In this game, he takes 23 shots, 11 more shots than the next person, Jalen Duren, who shot 8 of 12. I actually think that Jalen Duren should have shot more. I say this every single game. Jalen Duren should be taking over 15 shot attempts a game. There needs to be an assistant who literally pays attention to only this. Only this. There needs to be somebody who just marking off, maybe not only this, but it's to say, there needs to be an assistant whose job is to say, I need at least 3 to 4 shot attempts from Jalen Duren every quarter. And if he has not had his 3 to 4 shot attempts, I'm gonna tell the coach, and he's gonna run a play for Duren. You see this game, Duren in 8 of 11 from the free throw line, and only 12 shot attempts. When we're feeding Duren offensively, it puts their bigs on their back heel. It gets them not focused on picking pop, knock down threes, moving without the ball on offense. Their legs are more fatigued. They're more deferential, playing passively when they're on offense, which lets Duren off the hook when he goes back on defense. When he's not involved in a center point of our offense, then he goes back on defense with the other opposing center more aggressive offensively, and now Duren gets exposed more defensively, right? Like this is the cycle that's taking place when it comes to Jalen Duren. He has to be a consistent threat, and sometimes he can fade. I do like that he's attacking his mismatches more, and he's shown the ability to play make out of it. But I also need the team to get him the ball. Eventually, he's going to start demanding the ball. I think probably by the end of this year or next year, he's going to start getting that, hey, give me the damn ball. He's gonna start getting that Shaq, give me the damn ball, get out the way, getting that Elijah on, getting that great center vibe energy. Give me the ball and get out the way. Give me the ball so I can make something happen. That's my role. I'm the second guy. Give me the ball. But also, Cade has to give him the ball and empower him. Cade shooting 10 of 23, not the most efficient from the field. 1 of 7 from 3 doesn't help. But it's to say that Cade and Duran's chemistry has another level to go, where Cade can recognize who has the clear mismatch. Me going up against Dyson Daniels or Jalen Duran going up against most other centers. It's generally going to be Duran. Just because I can doesn't mean it's the most efficient thing for my team. And so I think that that's another level this team has to go to. How to make sure that Jalen Duran stays an active participant of the offense, stays engaged, stays aggressive, because he should be ending every single game, which he does in this one, with over 10 free throw attempts. Over 10. And when he's getting that many free throw attempts, it's curtains. It's curtains. Teams don't have enough. They don't have enough. They don't have enough interior depth to keep fouling him. They don't have enough interior strength to keep him off the glass, especially when he might miss his first shot and get his own offensive rebound, right? And just how much attention that he gets when he does have the ball, that is what opens up things for everyone else, right? And so that is another level that I would love to see these Pistons get to. Hey, you know what? I appreciate everybody for jumping on today. If you haven't smashed a like button yet, please do so. This was really fun watching the game with y'all, talking shit. Dennis Jenkins looked amazing. Cade figured himself out, getting his feet under him. Asar Thompson had the worst game, but closed it out amazingly. Closed it out in a way that redeemed him, you know. But yes, why? I got to get to the word of the day. Word of the day. Word of the day. Life is living, and living is in the little things you do every single day. Life is living, and living is in the little things you do every single day. Sometimes we got to go to work. Sometimes we got to go to school. Sometimes we got to pick up the kids. We got to do the chores. We got the dishes. We got to pay the bills. We got to do this. Got to do that. And where I live in the Bay Area, it's one of the most expensive spaces outside of Manhattan. Right? It's literally crazy expensive. We're talking about 2 G's for a 1 bedroom. It's crazy. Sometimes we can get caught up in the day to day, the mundane, the logistics of getting life done, and we forget to live. We forget to live. We forget to enjoy our life. Now, this is essential because when you're not enjoying your life, you know what you're more predisposed to? Restlessness, vices, being checked out, disengaged, what we would call procrastination, which is really the mind trying to center itself, trying to potentially address other things that it's needing. Living is about the little things you do every single day that reminds you that you are living your life, that you enjoy, that you are choosing, that is for you, that is responsive to who you are. The little things. And it can be putting on good music. It could be dancing to that music, even if you're by yourself. Dancing is actually a great way to release oxytocin and feel more lighthearted and reduce stress. Right? You can sing the music. You can read a good book, take a nap, eat something tasty that's intentional, not just a snack. Make something. Right? Do something that brings you pleasure every single day. This is essential for brain functioning. It's essential for your body's functioning. Ensuring that you are living your life in a way that is responsive to you. Now, it may seem like a little thing. It may seem like, okay, yeah, of course I do that. Most of us don't. Most of us are lucky if we get through the day and we do one thing that was just for us. But I love how Adrienne Marie Brown puts it in one of her books. She says, when what you do every day, when your work becomes what is rewarding and pleasurable, that is liberation. That is liberation. When what you do every day for your work becomes what is rewarding and pleasurable, that is liberation. And so live your life to the fullest, live free. And that's going to be determined by what you do every day in the little things. Have fun, play, laugh. So I always end this with laugh hard as hell. Love somebody deeply, hug them, kiss them, tell them you care, and live this life to the fullest. Because if not, who else is going to do it for you? Yo, it's the word of the day. I'm going to holla at y'all. Remember, tonight I'm on with Resball TV at 10:30 Eastern. And then tomorrow morning I will be doing the second half of this game. We're going to be doing a similar format, just kind of going through the game, what I'm seeing in the second half, adjustments that Atlanta's making, because they make this one hell of a game in that second half. But I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Y'all have an amazing day. If you haven't smashed the like button already, please smash the like button, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. And I am out. Peace.